Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for Sage5.tv, bringing you a head-to-head between Aptos and SUI, two projects with a lot in common, but also so much apart. There are so many differences between these two. But before I jump into today's head-to-head between Aptos and SUI, please note that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just some dude on the internet interested in anything crypto, and today I'm bringing you some educational as well as entertainment content. If you are looking for financial advice, guys, you are in the wrong place. Right next door. Here, educational as well as entertainment purposes. Granted, you may end up using some of this content to help you make an informed decision, but today, let's just focus on the entertainment and educational part. What you do afterwards, that's up to you, but always please do your own research. And for those from the UK, you should not be watching any crypto-related content. Why? The UK authorities do deem anything crypto-related to be extremely risky and you may end up losing your funds. That said, let's come back to our head-to-head between SUI and Aptos, projects with so much in common. So both Aptos and SUI are relatively new layer 1 blockchain projects developed with a focus on scalability, transaction speed, and security. They also stem from the same technology foundation as both are built on Move, a programming language initially designed by Meta, formerly Facebook, for its DM blockchain project. However, the two projects have taken divergent paths in terms of technology implementation, consensus mechanisms, and ecosystem focus. And that's what we're going to explain and lay it all out in front of you guys so that you can make an informed decision. Let's start with the underlying technology for Aptos. Programming language, like we've already said, is Move, which is a resource-oriented language designed to prioritize security and smart contract development. And Aptos' architecture. Aptos uses Block STM engine or software transaction memory engine, which allows for parallel execution of transactions, enabling scalability and increased throughput. The use of Block STM ensures that only successful transactions get committed, while failed transactions are automatically discarded. Aptos does not implement state sharding, but instead optimizes its architecture with parallel processing and efficient memory management. Let's move on to SUI now. Programming language also uses the Move language with a slight variation and enhancements in handling asset ownership and transfers. And SUI's architecture. SUI takes a different approach with its Nawal and Bullshark framework, which separates consensus from the execution layer. Nawal ensures the data availability and consensus mechanism, while Bullshark handles transactions, ordering, and execution. SUI's innovation lies in its object-centric data model, which allows for independent transactions to be processed concurrently without requiring global consensus, that's speeding up operations. Let's move on to the consensus mechanism. We start with Aptos once again. Aptos uses Byzantine fault-tolerant or BFT mechanism, specifically an evolved version of DM BFT called Aptos BFT, which focuses on safety and liveness. The Block STM engine in Aptos allows transactions to be executed in parallel, which significantly enhances throughput while maintaining security. As for SUI, it also employs BFT consensus for finalizing transactions, but with a unique twist. By decoupling consensus from data availability via Naral, SUI can achieve low latency and high throughput. SUI's consensus is optimized for use cases where not all transactions need global ordering, further boosting its transaction speed and scalability in specific scenarios like NFTs or asset transfers. Moving on to security. Aptos inherits security benefits of Move, which prevents re-entrance attacks and ensures resource safety. This makes it highly secure for smart contracts. Byzantine fault tolerance also ensures that the network can operate securely even in the presence of malicious or fault nodes. Aptos has undergone rigorous audits to ensure security at launch, given its focus on being an enterprise-grade blockchain. Let's move on to SUI for security. SUI shares the same security benefits of the Move programming language, focusing on safe handling of assets. By separating the consensus and execution layer, SUI minimizes risks of transaction bottlenecks and enhances reliance of the network. So that's on SUI security. Let's move on to transaction speed and throughput. And starting with Aptos, Aptos claims to achieve 100,000 plus transactions per second or TPS due to its parallel execution framework. This is possible because of Block STM's ability to execute multiple transactions at once. Aptos is designed to maintain low latency with transaction finality in under 1 second in optimal conditions. And as for SUI, it is highly optimized for specific types of transactions, especially in cases where transactions can be processed independently. This architecture theoretically enables 120,000 plus TPS, particularly for simple asset transfer. The object-centric model of SUI allows for extremely low latency execution of certain classes of transactions, especially for NFTs, asset asset transfers and other scenarios which do not require full network consensus. Now, let's jump into the potential use cases for each of these two layer ones, Aptos and SUI. Let's start with Aptos once again. Aptos is positioned to support DeFi or decentralized finance applications with its high throughput and low latency, making it ideal for high frequency trading and other financial services. Given its focus on security and scalability, Aptos can cater to large enterprises looking for a reliable blockchain solution. With broad support for complex smart contracts, Aptos can also accommodate a wide variety of decentralized applications or dApps, from gaming to supply chain management. Now, use cases or potential use cases for SUI. SUI's object-centric model is particularly well suited for gaming and NFT use cases, where multiple independent asset transfers can occur without requiring global consensus. This enables fast in-game transactions and NFT minting. SUI's strength lies in its handling simple transactions like asset transfers, especially in environments where speed and finality are critical. The ability to process more fast transactions makes SUI attractive for micropayment systems or Internet of Things applications. So, in conclusion, which one is better between Aptos and SUI? Both Aptos and SUI have unique strengths, and the better project largely depends on the specific use case. Aptos is a more general-purpose blockchain with a strong emphasis on DeFi, enterprise applications, and high-performance decentralized applications. Its robust consensus mechanism and parallel transaction execution make it highly scalable and secure, while SUI shines in specific areas such as gaming, NFTs, and fast asset transfers. Its object-centric model makes it specially suited for use cases that require low latency, high throughput processing without the need for global transaction ordering. So, yes, I know you've heard all that, but the question still remains, which do you think is the winner? It depends on the use case, unfortunately or fortunately. For DeFi, enterprise, and complex decentralized applications or dApps, Aptos is the edge due to its superior parallel execution and focus on security. For gaming, NFTs, and fast asset transactions, SUI appears to be the better choice due to its innovative, object-centric architecture and scalability optimization. So choosing between Aptos and SUI depends on what type of specific application or ecosystem you aim to develop. Now, for you and I as investors, all we got to look for now, for me anyway, I would love to see if SUI is best suited for gaming, NFTs, and fast asset transactions. Are those crypto projects building on top of SUI? If not, then maybe there is no good product market fit at SUI. But if there is, then maybe SUI is the one to go for. But wait a minute, what about Aptos? If Aptos is hosting DeFi, enterprise, and complex dApps, then it has the edge like we stated at the top of the video. So Aptos will be the project to invest in. So in other words, what I'm trying to say here is, guys, before you jump into each of these two or any of these two, you need to consider the product market fit. What we are saying, DeFi, enterprise, and complex dApps, if they are building on Aptos, that's a good product market fit as far as I'm concerned. So I will probably be swayed towards Aptos. But if that's not the case, I'll look at SUI. But for different use cases, I'm looking for gaming, NFTs, and fast asset transfers. If that is the case, if there's a good match, then it's probably SUI. So in other words, before you jump into any of these two projects, as far as your hard-earned cash is concerned, you need to check for good product market fit based on what SUI is best for and what Aptos is best suited to or best suited for. Does that make any sense? Any questions, guys? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, it's your host, FD for 65.tv, signing out for now. Bye.